All right, so getting ready for the next season. So over the winter, we got a couple parts. We got an I-beam. This will go under the car, and I'll show you that later. And then right here, we've got a trunk brace. So this, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go in. I'm going to have to figure that out. But this is going to go in the trunk, and should help with keeping it pretty firm. All right, so we're going to do the I-beam first. First thing we got to do is jack it up. I have a bigger jack right there, but I just don't have the space to use it, really. All right, I do want to get at least one jack stand under there. I don't care where it is, but all right. Let's grab that I-beam, and we'll get under the car. And I'm not exactly sure what size ratchet and socket we need, but try and keep this decent. The I-beam is like one of the easiest mods you can do. Oh man. So your I-beam is gonna be this guy. And then you got, let's see if I can, you got one bolt here, one bolt there, and then you got the same thing on the other side. It's gonna be hard to record. Let's see what size it is. Oh, that's way smaller. That could be a 13. Oh yeah, nice rusted 13. And she's on there pretty good. Go back in just because it's a little rusty. I really don't want to snap this stud. It'll be a bad day. Might be in my best interest to grab some anti-seize or WD-40, but hopefully you can see that. But that's what we're gonna do on all 4 of them, and then I think, oh, I like how it moves up and down. I'm gonna grab some WD-40 and or maybe some anti-seize and clean all these threads up because it's real gross. But that's what we're gonna get to, and I'll get a better angle once it's in. Alright, so that's how it looks on. I'll show you in a second what we're taking off, what it actually looks like, but this should help with the rigidity of it. I'm not too sure how effective it is. Alright, so this is the eye brace that we took out. This is the bottom side right here, but the only thing that you have, I'm not sure why there's multiple holes, maybe weight, I don't know what that would do, but you got your 4 bolts, your holes, and then you got the new one that's under there. A little hard to see, but now we're gonna get to the back one, which for this you'll need a 7mm to take this off, and then this is the bolt that we're gonna get to, and that's gonna be a Torx bit. I'm not sure what size yet, but you can do that on both sides, and it's gonna be really easy to get out. Hopefully it fits. The only thing I'm worried about is this right here, but we'll see here in a minute. All right, let's make sure that is a 7. Okay, maybe it's an 8. Could be an 8. Yeah, definitely not a 7. Worst case, if I have to take out the back seats, I'll do it, because I'm gonna do that eventually. Okay, that one was already loose, which is interesting, because I've never taken these off. Maybe they're just not torqued down at all, because that one is also extremely loose. I believe it's just one bolt on these, which will make it really easy. Honestly, looking at how the bar sits, I think we'll have no issues. These I don't think are going to go back on. They just slide right off. Just like that. I don't think these are going to go back on, but I think I'll put the bolts back in. Because I wouldn't mind having all the hardware, at least where it should go. So this is a T40. 40 doesn't work, it's a little too small. If you have a T50, that's going to be the one to use. I do not have a T50. Biggest I have is a T45. So, climb in here. A little dirty there, but whatever. Just can't strip it. I think what we'll do is run a couple sessions, a couple events, maybe just one, see how we feel. Take the seats out, rear seats, see how we like it. I think we'll throw a little bit of WD-40 in these too. These are pretty rusted as well. A little bit of WD-40. So let's see how this fits. Get that out of the way. I believe it should just sit just like that. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Maybe we'll spray these down a little bit and clean them up. Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure how easy this rear one would be, but it was pretty easy, pretty quick. So, I mean, these two are fairly budget friendly. I get a little WD-40 on the back there. These two parts are pretty affordable from TB Performance, which is actually really nice. A lot of their stuff is, you can get some smaller brackets. That cross member one, I think, is the one I'm thinking of. Is that one's a little more pricey, but it's a bigger bar. It's gonna do you more, you know, with the body flexing and such. So, I mean, you get what you pay for. You pay more. It's a good piece. I want to keep this as far away from this. It's hard to see, but I want to keep it as far away from the center portion. Now, if you do want to take out the rear seats, you know, these bolts are still going to go back in the same spot. But the only difference is, oh my gosh, I keep hitting my head on that. Yeah, I think taking these rear seats out would actually be pretty good. I'm not sure how heavy they are. I know I've looked into it before. I think it's like 50 pounds. Now, I'd like to take 50 pounds out of the front. I know I did take some weight out when replacing the seats, which is nice. But it would just be nice to, you know, take more weight out of the front. I'm not sure. Intercooler, maybe. I might save a little bit of weight. Swapping that guy out with a different one. But intercoolers are not cheap. So, intercoolers aren't cheap. I mean, that's one of the last things that I need to do, you know, before turbo, you know, getting a bigger turbo. But I think what we're going to do is not add a bunch of power. Tune would probably be good to get. You know, I had a Evo 10 a couple years ago. Nothing was nice, but it was the MR. Didn't know how to drive stick at the time, but the MR transmission is really responsive. It felt really good. The only downside to that transmission is I think it was a shift fork, like the magnets on them, they're glued in and they tend to fall off, you know, and then all of a sudden you'll just, I think, skip gears, and I didn't want to risk that happening. You're just gonna tighten on this other one here. Won't be able to see it, but anyways, Evo 10 was great. It was a good platform. Engine, motor was great. Made plenty of power. I did do a Cobb tune on it, you know, one of those off the shelves. I know you should stay away from those, and I know better now, but you know, we can see if we can get these covers back on. If we can, it'd be really nice. I don't even know which one goes where. I think this one's probably passenger side. No, you'd have to cut probably this section out, but we don't need them. We'll just put them off to the side. I'm on top of the cabinet where all the other stuff is. So that's as easy as it is. 2 bolts, well, 4, but down below is also 4. A little harder to get to just because you gotta lift the car up, but not a lot. So you just need a 8mm socket, and probably an extension would be pretty useful for how deep it goes into there. And then you just need a T50 Torx bit. T45 will work. You just run the risk of stripping your bolt head. So for anybody that doesn't know, well, nobody would know till now. We've got some rear camber plates coming in from Whoosh, which is really, really exciting. Can't wait for that. All we've got left is to dampen the rear shocks, you know, make them a little bit more firm, and then once we get those camber plates in, we can put those in, and hopefully we get a little bit less body roll in the back and more road contact, I should say. But we'll get some more videos in on the bikes sometime soon. I think I'm gonna switch these tires out for the other ones that are inside, and then let these go on marketplace, because not a huge fan of these. They're not necessarily my favorite, but we'll get those Nitto Neo gens in, I think, installed on these guys. But Focus is still put away for the winter. If you didn't know how to do those, now you do. So you know, a little bit of an install video, nothing too crazy, just slowly getting ready for the autocross events. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.